Have you ever noticed that certain people enter our lives at critical moments, just when we need guidance, support, or a wake-up call? It feels as if they were sent on purpose, carrying a message we didn't even know we needed. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. This ancient Buddhist truth holds more power than we realize. Some people come into our lives like a storm, shaking our foundation, while others arrive as a gentle light, guiding us toward clarity. But what if none of these encounters were random? What if every person you meet is a piece of a grand puzzle, shaping your path in ways you can't yet see? Think about it. Why do certain relationships feel instantly familiar, while others leave painful scars? Why do some people vanish just when we need them most? There's a hidden force at play, an unseen thread connecting every meeting, every goodbye. And understanding this could change everything. By the end of this video, you'll uncover 10 powerful lessons about why people enter and exit your life. And at the very end, there's a life-changing bonus lesson that will forever shift how you see relationships. If you're going to take anything from this video, let it be this: no one comes into your life by accident. Keep watching, because what you're about to discover might explain everything you've ever questioned about fate, connection, and destiny. Number 1. The unseen threads that connect us. Have you ever wondered why certain people cross your path at specific moments? It may seem random, but in reality, it is not. Every soul you encounter is part of a larger, invisible weave of fate. Some come as blessings, while others arrive as burdens. Yet, both serve a purpose. The Buddhist principle of dependent origination reveals that nothing exists independently. Everything is interconnected. The people in your life are not mere coincidences. They are spiritual mirrors, reflecting parts of yourself you need to see, accept, or transform. Think back to someone who profoundly impacted your life. Perhaps it was a mentor whose wisdom altered your mindset, or a friend whose kindness restored your faith in humanity. But now, consider the ones who hurt you, the ones who lied, abandoned, or broke you. It's easy to label them as villains, but in reality, they were also your teachers. Painful encounters reveal your weaknesses, trigger your unresolved wounds, and force you to confront them. These people are catalysts for growth. Without them, you might have remained stagnant, clinging to comfort and familiarity. In Buddhist philosophy, the concept of karmic connections suggests that the people you meet are bound to you by the threads of previous actions. It's believed that even a brief interaction, a stranger's smile or a shared glance, could be the result of karmic ties formed lifetimes ago. Imagine two leaves floating down a river. Though they appear separate, an unseen current guides them toward the same bend. In the same way, invisible forces draw people into your life, not by accident, but by design. When someone unexpectedly enters your world, ask yourself, what lesson are they bringing? Some will teach you patience through their chaos, others will show you compassion by testing your limits, and some will reveal the parts of yourself you've neglected, the kindness you withheld, the strength you forgot, or the wounds you never healed. Even betrayal, as cruel as it feels, often serves a hidden purpose. It shatters illusions and strips away naivety, making you wiser and emotionally resilient. But here's the twist. The people who challenge you the most are often your greatest teachers. The friend who abandoned you taught you independence. The lover who deceived you revealed the need for stronger boundaries. The boss who undervalued you awakened your self-worth. Without these painful lessons, you would have remained blind to your own power. It is through the sting of rejection that you learn self-reliance. It is through heartbreak that you discover self-love. Buddhism teaches that the essence of suffering is attachment, the expectation that people should behave as we wish. But when you recognize that every person is a passing cloud, meant to shape your sky but never control it, you become free. Some will bring rain, others will bring shade. A few will leave behind light, but none will pass without leaving a trace on your soul. So, the next time someone enters your life, whether with kindness or cruelty, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what are they here to teach me? Because no encounter is random. Every person is a thread in your spiritual tapestry, woven with precision and purpose. 2. The echo of past lives in present encounters. Have you ever met someone for the first time, yet felt as if you had known them forever? The connection is instant, the bond unexplainable. It feels familiar, as if you're simply continuing a conversation that began long ago. This is not mere coincidence. It is the echo of past lives reverberating into your present. Buddhism teaches that our souls are bound by karmic ties across multiple lifetimes. The people you meet today may have walked beside you before, perhaps as friends, lovers, rivals, or even enemies. The emotions you feel toward them, whether warmth or resistance, are fragments of a story that transcends time. Imagine a bell ringing across lifetimes. The sound may fade, but its vibration lingers. The same is true for karmic connections. When you encounter certain people, the resonance of your shared past ripples through your being. This is why some relationships feel strangely familiar or overwhelmingly intense. The bond exists beyond the physical form. It is a continuation of unfinished business. A kind stranger could be a soul who once saved you. A difficult partner could be a being you once wronged. The person who instantly calms your heart may have once been your protector. But here's the paradox. The souls who challenge you the most are often the ones who love you the deepest. They return to help you evolve. The colleague who constantly irritates you may have been a former rival, testing your patience once again. The partner who wounds you with betrayal may be the very soul who agreed, before reincarnation, to teach you resilience. The friend who suddenly drifts away may be fulfilling an old promise, to leave when you no longer need them. These painful separations are not punishments. They are soul agreements honoring their spiritual purpose. In Buddhist philosophy, the law of karma teaches that unresolved lessons return until they are fully learned. When a connection feels repetitive, the same arguments, the same heartbreak, it may be your soul's unfinished chapter resurfacing. Instead of resisting, ask yourself, what is this person teaching me that I failed to learn before? If someone triggers your insecurities, perhaps they have returned to help you overcome self-doubt. If you feel abandoned, it may be a lesson in self-reliance, a chance to become whole on your own. But the most profound twist is this: the souls who hurt you most are often the ones who love you most. They endure your resentment to help you grow. They reflect your wounds so you can heal them. They tear you apart only to help you rebuild. This is the sacred contract of spiritual evolution. Pain as the teacher, hardship as the guide. So when you feel an unexplainable pull towards someone or face repeated conflict with another, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what karmic bond ties us together? Because no meeting is random. Every person is a returning bell, ringing with the lessons of your soul's unfinished symphony. And until the lesson is learned, they will return again and again across lifetimes. 3. The 3 types of people you meet in life. Every person who enters your life serves a purpose. They are either a lesson, a blessing, or a test. The people you encounter are not random. They are reflections of your inner journey. Buddhist wisdom teaches that when you recognize the role someone plays, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. Some will pass through like the wind, stirring your soul for only a brief moment. Others will blaze through your life like fire, forcing you to shed old versions of yourself. And a rare few will remain like mountains, steadfast, unshakable, and constant companions on your path. First, there are the wind people. They drift into your life unexpectedly, sometimes as strangers, sometimes as fleeting friendships. Their presence feels light, yet their impact is profound. They carry with them whispers of change, shifting your perspective with a word, a glance, or an action. A co-worker you barely know might offer a piece of advice that alters your career path. A stranger's kindness might restore your faith in humanity. These souls are meant to move you forward, not stay. And when they leave, as they inevitably do, you must let them go without clinging. The lesson they bring is one of impermanence, to appreciate without possession. Next, you will meet the fire people. They arrive with intensity, igniting emotions you didn't know existed. They may come in the form of lovers who break your heart, friends who betray you, or rivals who challenge your worth. The fire people will scorch your comfort zones, burning away your illusions and forcing you into transformation. Their flames will reveal your weaknesses and forge your strengths. When someone hurts you deeply, ask yourself, what strength is their fire trying to ignite within me? You will often find that your greatest resilience is born from your deepest wounds. Finally, there are the mountain people. These are your soul's anchors, the rare few who remain. They offer stability and unwavering support, walking beside you through every storm. They are the friends who listen without judgment, the family members who hold space for your healing, the mentors who guide you with wisdom. Mountain people are not loud or fleeting. They are consistent. Their presence is not defined by grand gestures, but by quiet, steady reliability. Buddhism teaches that mountain people embody compassion and equanimity. Their role is to remind you that no matter how turbulent life becomes, there will always be stillness in the presence of true connection. But here's the twist. The ones who burn you with fire often prepare you for the mountains ahead. The heartbreak that shattered you was only clearing space for deeper love. The betrayal that hardened you was making you strong enough to hold your ground. The disappointment that made you bitter was teaching you discernment, so you would recognize the mountain souls when they arrived. So the next time someone enters your life, pause and reflect. Are they the wind, the fire, or the mountain? If they are the wind, let them pass with gratitude. If they are the fire, endure the heat. It is refining you. And if they are the mountain, hold them close, for they are the rarest souls you will ever find. No meeting is by chance. Each one shapes your journey with purpose. 4. Letting go is not losing, but liberating. Have you ever held water in your hand? No matter how tightly you grip, it slips through your fingers. The more you cling, the faster it escapes. This is the nature of human connections, fragile, fleeting, and fluid. Buddhism teaches that attachment is the root of suffering. When you try to hold on to people out of fear or possessiveness, you create your own pain. The tighter your grasp, the more you lose. But when you learn to love with open hands, you allow people to flow into and out of your life freely, leaving behind their essence, not their absence. Think of the people you've clung to, the ones you feared losing. Perhaps it was a partner whose love you tried to control, or a friend you begged to stay. The more you tried to hold on, the more distant they became. It's because clinging suffocates, while freedom allows relationships to breathe. Love, in its purest form, is not possession, it is presence. The greatest gift you can offer another soul is the freedom to be themselves without the weight of your expectations. When you love without chains, you experience the relationship as it is, not as you wish it to be. In Buddhist philosophy, impermanence is the essence of existence. People will come into your life and they will leave. Some will stay for years, while others for mere moments. But none are meant to remain forever. Like travelers sharing a brief stretch of road, their departure does not diminish the beauty of the journey. Yet, many of us struggle with this truth. We grieve over fading friendships, resist inevitable goodbyes, and cling to dying connections. But the harder we hold on, the more we suffer. Imagine walking along a beach, collecting shells. At first, you admire each one, appreciating its unique beauty. But then, driven by attachment, you try to keep them all. You clutch them so tightly that they crack and crumble in your hands. The same happens in relationships. When you grip out of fear, you destroy what was meant to be cherished. Letting go is not losing, it is liberating. It is the ultimate act of love, allowing others the freedom to be who they are, not who you want them to be. But here's the twist. The moment you release your grip, you create space for the right souls to flow into your life. When you stop chasing people who are walking away, you discover the ones walking toward you. The friend you lost made space for a deeper connection. The relationship you released freed you for someone who will meet you with open hands, not closed fists. Detachment does not mean you care less. It means you love more freely, without conditions. So, the next time you feel yourself clinging to someone, pause and ask, am I holding them like water or trying to trap them like stone? If they are meant for you, they will stay effortlessly. If they are meant to leave, no force will make them remain. Letting go is not the end. It is the beginning of true freedom. 5. Every person is a reflection of you. Have you ever stared into a still pond and seen your own reflection? The surface reveals not only your face, but also your expressions, your emotions, and the subtleties you often miss. Buddhist wisdom teaches that the people you meet in life are no different. They are mirrors, reflecting back the parts of yourself that you need to see, accept, or transform. The individuals who irritate, challenge, or even inspire you are not random. They are reflections of your inner world, showing you what remains unresolved or unrecognized within. Think about the people who trigger you the most. The co-worker whose arrogance infuriates you. The friend whose constant need for validation frustrates you. Or the partner whose indifference makes you feel unseen. It is easy to blame them for your discomfort. But Buddhism reveals a deeper truth. What bothers you in others often reveals what exists in you. The co-worker's arrogance might mirror your own hidden insecurities. The friend's neediness might reflect the validation you secretly crave. The partner's coldness might echo the emotional distance you've placed around your own heart. When you react strongly to someone, pause and ask, what part of myself is this person revealing? You may discover that they are simply holding up a mirror to your own struggles. But this reflection works both ways. The qualities you admire in others, kindness, resilience, or compassion, are also glimpses of the greatness within you. When you are drawn to someone's courage, it is because you hold that same bravery, perhaps hidden beneath self-doubt. When you feel inspired by another's kindness, it is because your soul recognizes its own capacity for compassion. The beauty you see in others is often a reflection of the untapped beauty within yourself. Imagine walking through a hall of mirrors. In some, you see your flaws magnified, the parts of yourself you wish to avoid. In others, you see your strength and potential shining through the distortions of self-doubt. Buddhism teaches that every relationship is a mirror in this hall, some revealing your shadows, others reflecting your light. The key is to look beyond the surface. Instead of focusing on how others make you feel, focus on what they reveal about you. But here's the twist. The people who challenge you the most are often your greatest teachers. The difficult boss who tests your patience is refining your emotional control. The friend who constantly seeks attention is teaching you the importance of setting boundaries. The person who rejects you is showing you where your self-worth still depends on external validation. When you stop seeing people as sources of frustration and start viewing them as mirrors of your own growth, you reclaim your power. You realize that no one truly makes you angry, insecure, or envious. They only awaken what already exists within. So, the next time someone stirs a strong reaction in you, pause and reflect. What is this mirror showing me? Because the world is not happening to you, it is reflecting you. And the more clearly you see yourself through others, the closer you come to true self-awareness. 6. The right and wrong people are both essential. Think of a sculptor standing before a block of stone. With each strike of the chisel, a piece falls away. The sharp, relentless blows seem destructive, but they are not. They are necessary. Without them, the sculpture could never emerge. Buddhism teaches that the people who enter your life play this same role. Some are like water, gentle, nurturing, and soothing. Others are like the chisel, harsh, unyielding, and even painful. But both are essential, because while water nourishes, the chisel refines. You cannot become who you are meant to be without both forces. Think about the people who uplift you, the friend who listens without judgment, the mentor who believes in you, or the partner who offers unwavering support. These people are like water, flowing into your life with grace. They ease your burdens, soften your edges, and remind you that you are loved. Their presence brings you peace. But peace alone does not transform you. It simply sustains you. It is the chisel people who truly shape you, the ones who challenge you, betray you, or even break your heart. They come with sharp edges, carving away your illusions, your ego, and your old identity. It is through them that your rough edges are made smooth. Recall someone who once hurt you deeply. Perhaps they shattered your trust or left you in ruins. At the time, it felt like destruction. But look closer. What did they awaken in you? Did the heartbreak force you to become stronger? Did the betrayal teach you discernment? Did the rejection push you towards self-respect? The pain they caused was not meaningless. It was the sculptor's hand, chiseling away your weakness, your dependence, and your fears. The person who once seemed to break you may, in fact, have been the one who set you free. In Buddhist philosophy, suffering is not seen as punishment. It is seen as purification. The harsh people who enter your life are not enemies. They are catalysts for growth. Their sharpness forces you to evolve. The colleague who criticizes your work pushes you to sharpen your skills. The partner who abandons you compels you to find self-reliance. The friend who betrays you teaches you the power of boundaries. Rather than resenting them, ask yourself, what strength is this person carving into me? You may find that they are not destroying you, they are revealing you. But here's the twist. The kindest souls often come disguised as the harshest chisels. The person who tore you apart may have unknowingly saved you from a smaller life. The rejection that left you broken may have redirected you toward your greatest purpose. The relationship that ended painfully may have liberated you for a deeper love. When you stop seeing people as right or wrong, you begin to see them as they are, necessary parts of your becoming. So, the next time someone wounds you, pause and reflect. What part of me is being sculpted? Because without the chisel, you remain unfinished. And in the hands of life's sculptor, even your pain is shaping you into something greater. 7. Love without expectation is the highest form of love. Imagine a bird landing softly on your open hand. It stays for a moment, offering its presence without asking for anything in return. And then, just as gently, it flies away. This is how true love feels: free, unpossessive, and without expectation. Buddhism teaches that the highest form of love is metta, loving kindness that seeks nothing in return. It is not transactional, it is not conditional, it simply flows. Yet, most of us love with conditions. We expect affection, loyalty, or validation in return. When these expectations are not met, we feel disappointment, resentment, or even betrayal. But this is not love. It is attachment masquerading as love. Think about the people you hold closest. Do you love them for who they are, or for how they make you feel? Do you expect them to behave a certain way, fulfill specific needs, or meet your unspoken standards? When they fail to do so, do you feel hurt? This is the trap of expectational love. It binds you to suffering because it makes your happiness dependent on the actions of others. But real love is liberating. It does not seek to own or control. It simply offers itself, whether it is reciprocated or not. In Buddhist philosophy, true love is like the bird that perches but never clings. It stays not because it is forced, but because it is free. When you love with an open hand, you give without demanding. You cherish without clinging. You care without controlling. This is not weakness. It is the ultimate strength. It means you are so full of love within yourself that you no longer need to extract it from others. You become like the sun, radiating warmth freely, without ever asking for light in return. But the paradox is this: the more you love without expectation, the more love unexpectedly finds its way back to you. When you stop demanding loyalty, people give it freely. When you stop seeking constant validation, you become naturally appreciated. When you release the need for others to fulfill you, you discover that you are already whole. Buddhism teaches that when you let go of attachment, you open yourself to true connection. You stop grasping for love, and instead, you allow it to flow. Think of a time when you loved someone without wanting anything in return. Perhaps it was a moment of pure kindness, a helping hand to a stranger, a gesture of compassion without seeking praise. In that moment, your heart expanded. You felt lighter, freer. That is the power of selfless love. It liberates not only the one you love, but also yourself. You no longer feel bound by the weight of unmet expectations. You simply love, and in doing so, you become love itself. So, the next time you find yourself longing for someone's affection or approval, pause and ask, am I loving like the bird, or am I clinging with closed hands? Let your love be like the bird, free to come and free to go. Because the more you release, the more you receive. And in learning to love without expectation, you discover the purest form of love, the one that sets you free. 8. Some people are here to teach, others to test. Think of the people who challenge you most. the co-worker who tests your patience, the partner who triggers your deepest insecurities, or the stranger whose words cut through you. It is easy to see them as obstacles, irritations, or even enemies, but Buddhism offers a different perspective. These people are not in your life by accident. They are the gatekeepers of your spiritual growth, pushing you toward wisdom in ways that comfort never could. Some people are here to teach you, while others are here to test you. Both are essential. Imagine walking along a path. You encounter two types of gatekeepers. One welcomes you with kindness, offering water and encouragement. The other blocks your way with harsh words and challenges. The first is a teacher, offering gentle lessons in compassion, love, and empathy. The second is a tester, forcing you to sharpen your strength, patience, and resilience. Without realizing it, both are guiding you toward the same destination, self-mastery. Think about someone who once made you feel small or insignificant. Maybe it was a boss who constantly criticized you. At the time, you felt anger, even resentment. But now, looking back, can you see how they taught you something invaluable? Perhaps they strengthened your boundaries, taught you self-respect, or revealed your hidden resilience. What once seemed like cruelty may have been the very experience that elevated your self-worth. The ones who test you the hardest are often your greatest teachers in disguise. Buddhism teaches that every difficult person is an opportunity for inner growth. When someone triggers your anger, they are presenting you with a mirror. They are revealing where your peace is still weak. When someone disappoints you, they are giving you the chance to practice detachment. When someone rejects you, they are offering you the gift of self-reliance. Rather than asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask instead, "What is this teaching me?" You will discover that every frustration contains a hidden lesson. But here's the twist. The people who test you may be fulfilling a spiritual contract you cannot see. On the surface, they may appear cruel, indifferent, or unfair. Yet, on a deeper level, they may be the very souls you needed to meet. The friend who betrayed you may have been sent to teach you discernment. The partner who left may have freed you for greater self-love. The stranger who angered you may have revealed the impatience you still need to overcome. Without these testers, your growth would be incomplete. So, the next time you feel tested by someone's words or actions, pause and reflect. What is this person here to teach me? You may find that the very soul you resent today is actually the one helping you ascend. Because every teacher leaves you with wisdom, but it is the testers who reveal your hidden strength. And in learning to embrace both, you transform every encounter into a lesson of the soul. 9. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Think of a locked door. No matter how many times you pass by it, it remains closed. But one day, when you are ready, you knock, and suddenly, the door opens effortlessly. This is how life's teachers appear. Buddhism teaches that when the student is ready, the teacher arrives. It does not mean that the teacher was never there. It means you were not yet prepared to recognize them. The universe does not force wisdom upon you. It waits until you are ready to receive it. Think about a time when you were struggling with confusion or uncertainty, and then, unexpectedly, you met someone who gave you the exact insight you needed. Perhaps it was a stranger who shared a brief but profound piece of wisdom. Or maybe it was a friend who spoke the right words at the right moment. You might have dismissed the encounter as coincidence, but it was not. It was the teacher arriving because you were ready. In Buddhist philosophy, teachers come in many forms. Some arrive as mentors, offering guidance, wisdom, and compassion. They walk beside you, lighting the path. Others appear as challenges, pushing you into discomfort, forcing you to grow through adversity. Sometimes the teacher is not even a person. It could be a book that speaks directly to your soul, a heartbreak that awakens your inner strength, or a period of solitude that reveals your hidden power. The lesson is always there, waiting for you to be ready. But here's the paradox. The most painful experiences are often the most powerful teachers. Think of a time when life seemed to tear you apart. You may have felt lost, angry, or broken. Yet, in hindsight, can you see how that very experience taught you something you could not have learned any other way? The loss made you cherish what matters. The betrayal made you value your own worth. The failure made you resilient. The teacher was always there. It was the pain that made you ready. But here's the twist. Sometimes you are the teacher someone else is waiting for. You may not realize it, but your presence, your words, or your kindness could be the key that unlocks someone else's door. A simple conversation, an act of compassion, or a shared story could be the wisdom they have been seeking. Without even knowing it, you become their guide. This is why your growth is never just for you. Every step you take towards self-awareness allows you to light the path for others. So the next time you encounter an unexpected teacher, whether it is a person or a painful experience, pause and recognize the lesson. It did not come by chance. It came because your soul was ready for it. And when you meet someone who seems lost or searching, remember this: you might be the teacher they have been waiting for. Because in this intricate web of life, we are all both students and teachers, and every encounter is a door waiting to be opened. 10. The cycle of give and take is universal. Think of your breath. You inhale and you exhale. One cannot exist without the other. This is the rhythm of life. The same cycle applies to relationships, success, and even happiness. Buddhism teaches that giving and receiving must exist in harmony. When one is disrupted, the balance is lost. Have you ever met someone who only takes but never gives? Or perhaps someone who gives endlessly but never allows themselves to receive? Both extremes lead to suffering. Just as you cannot hold your breath forever, you cannot hold on to anything in life without disrupting its natural flow. Generosity in Buddhism is known as dana, the act of giving without expectation. When you give freely, your time, kindness, or wisdom, you are not losing something. You are participating in the universal cycle of abundance. But when you give with resentment, expecting something in return, you create suffering. Have you ever felt exhausted by relationships where you give everything and feel depleted? This is not true generosity. This is attachment disguised as kindness. Real giving leaves you feeling lighter, not drained. But here's the paradox. Many people struggle to receive. They reject help, dismiss compliments, or feel guilty for accepting kindness. This too is an imbalance. If you only give but never receive, you block the flow of life itself. Imagine a river that only gives water but never receives rain. Eventually, it dries up. The same is true for you. Allowing yourself to receive is not selfish, it is necessary. When someone offers kindness, accept it with gratitude. When life presents an opportunity, take it without guilt. Receiving is not about taking. It is about allowing the universe to replenish you. Think about someone who seems truly fulfilled. Chances are they live in a constant rhythm of giving and receiving. They offer kindness, wisdom, or support, and in return, they attract abundance. Not because they chase it, but because they have surrendered to the natural balance of life. When you give without attachment, life ensures you receive in unexpected ways. Perhaps not from the same person, or at the same time, but always in perfect harmony with what you need. But here's the twist. The more you give freely, the more life flows back to you. The act of giving creates an energetic shift. It transforms your mindset from scarcity to abundance. When you share knowledge, you deepen your own understanding. When you give love, you experience more of it. When you uplift others, you rise with them. This is the secret to true fulfillment. The cycle of life does not favor those who hoard. It rewards those who trust its flow. So, ask yourself, are you inhaling and exhaling in balance? Are you giving without expectation and receiving without resistance? The next time you offer kindness, do it with an open heart, expecting nothing in return. And the next time life offers you a gift, accept it fully without guilt. Because just like the breath, the more you embrace the flow of giving and receiving, the more effortlessly life sustains you. Bonus lesson: you meet everyone for a reason. Think of a giant cosmic puzzle. Each person you meet is a piece perfectly fitting into your life's design. Some pieces connect instantly, while others seem to drift away. But make no mistake, every single one belongs, even if only for a moment. Buddhism teaches that nothing is random. Every encounter, no matter how fleeting or painful, serves a purpose. The stranger who made you smile on a difficult day, the friend who walked away, the person who broke your heart, all were meant to be part of your story. Some to heal you, some to awaken you, and others to challenge you. Have you ever crossed paths with someone at exactly the right time? A person who seemed to show up when you needed them most. This is no coincidence. In Buddhist philosophy, this is known as karmic connection, the belief that we are drawn to people we are destined to meet. Sometimes they arrive to help you see what you were blind to. Other times, they come to mirror your deepest wounds, forcing you to confront them. And sometimes, they simply pass through your life to offer a fleeting but powerful lesson. But here's the challenge. We often resist impermanent connections. When someone leaves, we mourn. When a bond fades, we question. But Buddhism reminds us to trust the impermanence of relationships. Just because someone exits your life does not mean their presence was meaningless. Some people are not meant to stay forever. Their role was to walk with you for a chapter, not the entire story. The lesson they brought may only reveal itself long after they are gone. Think of the person who once hurt you deeply. Can you see now how they strengthened you? The beauty of life's connections is that even those who seem to disappear never truly leave. They become part of you, woven into your growth, your wisdom, and your resilience. The person who betrayed you made you wiser. The one who loved you deeply taught you to love yourself. The stranger who showed you kindness renewed your faith in humanity. No one is ever truly lost. They simply completed their role in your journey. But here's the twist. You are also a piece of someone else's puzzle. You have entered lives for reasons you may never fully understand. Your kindness, your words, or even your pain may have been the missing piece they needed. You may have changed someone's life without even knowing it. This is why it is so important to be mindful of every interaction, because you never know which role you are playing in another person's story. So, the next time you wonder why someone entered your life or why they left, pause and trust the greater design. Nothing is random. Every person you meet is either a lesson, a blessing, or both. And whether they stay or go, they were always meant to be part of your journey, just as you were meant to be part of theirs. Quick summary of the 10 lessons. the unseen threads that connect us. Every person who enters our life plays a role in our growth, some as teachers, others as mirrors. Instead of questioning why someone appeared, ask what lesson they bring. Even painful encounters have a hidden purpose in shaping our journey. The echo of past lives in present encounters. Some connections feel instant and intense because they stem from karmic ties across lifetimes. People return to complete unfinished lessons, and unresolved relationships may be part of a greater cycle of spiritual growth. The three types of people you meet in life. Some come to bring change, some to challenge you, and others to provide stability. Understanding this helps us navigate relationships with wisdom, appreciating each role rather than resisting it. Letting go is not losing, but liberating. Attachment creates suffering. Some people are not meant to stay, but to teach us something before moving on. Embracing impermanence leads to peace and allows new connections to enter. Every person is a reflection of you. The emotions others trigger in us, whether admiration or frustration, are often mirrors of our own inner state. Instead of blaming, use relationships as a tool for self-awareness and growth. The right and wrong people are both essential. Supporters nourish us, while challengers shape us through hardship. Even those who hurt us leave behind valuable lessons that make us stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Love without expectation is the highest form of love. True love is unconditional and does not seek validation. Loving people as they are, without demanding anything in return, leads to deeper connections and lasting inner peace. Some people are here to teach, others to test. Difficult people are not obstacles, they are spiritual lessons in disguise. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Every encounter has a lesson. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. We meet the right people at the right time, but only when we are open to learning. Sometimes, the lessons come in the form of experiences rather than individuals. The cycle of give and take is universal. Life flows in a balance of giving and receiving. When we give freely, love, wisdom, kindness, we create space for abundance to return in unexpected ways. We don't meet people by accident. They are meant to cross our path for a reason. Life is not a series of random encounters, but an intricate web of purpose, lessons, and growth. Every person who steps into our life plays a role, whether as a guide, a challenge, or a reminder of who we are meant to become. Instead of questioning why people enter or leave, embrace the truth that their presence has meaning, even if it is not immediately clear. Zen philosophy teaches us the beauty of impermanence. Nothing is ours to keep, but everything is ours to experience. The pain of loss, the joy of meeting, and the mystery of unexplainable connections are all part of life's rhythm. When we stop resisting and start observing, we begin to understand that the universe moves in perfect harmony, placing people in our lives exactly when we need them. The key to peace is acceptance. Not every person is meant to stay, and not every encounter will be pleasant, but each one serves a higher purpose. When we learn to detach from expectations and see relationships as part of a grand unfolding, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. The moment we stop clinging, we allow love, wisdom, and growth to flow naturally. Take a moment to reflect. Who in your life has been a teacher? Who has tested you? Who has changed you? Instead of holding on to past relationships with regret, see them as gifts, because even those who brought pain also brought transformation. This is the wisdom of Buddhism. Everything that happens, happens for a reason. If this message resonated with you, like and share this video and let us know in the comments. Which lesson spoke to you the most? And don't forget to subscribe to Deep Wisdom for more inspiring Buddhist insights on living a peaceful, enlightened life.